just a short one today because we've been rather busy this week. I've worked 6 days and the weather's not been too brilliant on a few of those days because I'm meant to go in the shed and do some bits. Well, I managed to get 15 minutes in the shed today just to do some bits, and I've had a floorboard go crack as I got one of the bikes out, so I shall have to remedy-ectify that. But we've been busy this week looking after this. So yes, he was a handful, but he's a lovely lad. He really is a lovely lad. He's a rescue lurcher. And he was abandoned. I'm going to be politically correct now for once. He was abandoned on a traveller site along with his brothers. So I'm guessing he was obviously bought or bred for hare coursing or something like that. He does like to chase small things and pigeons. But obviously, if they're no good, they just abandon them or they kill them. They used to just shoot them and stuff like that. So, no, he was rescued from a young age. He was found on a site, abandoned with his brothers, no fur, terrible condition, and then put into a local rescue centre. And my sister has adopted him, and he's considering what a terrible life he must have had. He's turning out to be a good lad. He's still a pup. He's still only about 15 months old. He's still a pup. And he's still going through the I'm going to chew everything and this is mine phase. So he's been apart from when he's asleep, he's non-stop. You've got to watch him all the time. So far, I've lost 2 pairs of boots. They have gone to the god of dog. Anyway, I've got a few more new signs to put about somewhere. I might start putting them over there or something like that. Never a truer word was spoken. I think you'll agree. And the younger you are when you learn that, the better. Don't care what anybody else thinks about you. It's how you think about you that matters. And I saw this one and I liked it because it had a doggy on a motorbike. It says, everything will kill you, so choose something fun. I totally agree. So yes, I've got a couple of those, and I've still got one upstairs from, I think, Christmas, which says bullshit corner on it, which is perfectly apt. So they're all going to go up as well. So I've had 15 minutes in the shed just doing a little bit on Pinky, putting the brake line on, attaching some clamps and all that lot so I can get the airbox and stuff back on. And after that, it's just tinkery fartery, basically. Nibbler, as you know, is oil line popped. And see, one end I used a Merlin Motorsports proper oil hose fitting, and they're very heavily barbed, and you don't need to clamp them. I've clamped it, but you don't need to clamp them because they're an effing tight fit on the unit. You know, it's like put the hose in boiling water and shove it on. But I used the old Kawasaki hardline, and it had popped itself off the Kawasaki hardline. Over time, I'm guessing, the clamp, I didn't think it was particularly loose, but yeah, could have been. Anyway, to try and alleviate that problem, I think in the end I will end up just putting a bypass loop in and getting rid of the oil cooler, because I mean in this country we don't really need them. It don't get ragged, so and it's not in. If you own a bike of that period, which has been, not very well looked after during its life, let's be fair. The oil cooler is really fragile. I mean, the fins are okay, but the little cooling fins that are in between, you've only got to fart and they'll fall out. So I'm not too happy about using it in the first place. So I'm going to do that. I've still got to find like a universal mud guard. Somebody told me a ZZR 1100 one will fit. The old C-type, which is split in two, and you can make them fit. So I should probably be having a look down that road when the dosh is available. Because, of course, we've just not long come back off holiday in Rosie. Holiday Rosie report. Did about 1,200, 1,300 miles. I took Mumsy, and we don't do as many miles with Mumsy. But it was like 435 miles one way up and 420 the other. Because I went up A1, A68 that way, and come back down, just came back down. As soon as I got to Stirling, I come back. I don't head for Glasgow, I head for Stirling. And came straight back down the motorway, and it breezed it. That car just wafts on the motorway. It never even got tired. Like 8 hours on the motorway, yeah, didn't get tired. Got tired when I got home, but no, didn't use any oil, didn't use any water, etc., etc. It ran like a dream, really did. The only issue we had was, and this is where the warning flags get raised, I had to have a jump start to go. That should have told me, fucking go and replace the battery. But it didn't. I just took my little jump back, which saved the day on numerous occasions, because come Monday, we decided, right, we're getting a battery. And I thought, I'll try the AA. And it was Sunday night, and I just rang it up. I said, it's not an emergency, but if you've got a patrol passing where we were stopping, can you drop me a battery off? Oh, no, we can't do that. We'll have to tow it into a garage and get the diagnostics on it to see what's wrong. I says, I know what's wrong. The battery's fucked. It's charging fine. It's not doing anything else. The battery's fucked because it's old. Oh, no, we'd have to tow you into a garage. Now, every single time I've had to use the AA, which is only a couple, has been brilliant. But the bloke on the end of the phone, I think he was a wet haddock, basically, because, no, never even offered any solutions like, oh, the nearest Halfords centre was Dumbarton, which was 90 miles away, and the next one was Stirling, which was 85 miles away. No. Anyway, there was a garage 2 miles down the road, a local garage, which I'm going to give a shout out to. It's Guns Garage in Appin, between Oban and Fort William. Gave him a ring. Yeah, got one in stock. Just bring it in. And he was an old boy, really nice, and he sorted us out like that. And he was telling me a story. He had the UARS or whatever they're called, battery rep in, and he was telling him about an Audi Q7 or something. It's 2 hours just to get to the battery because it's under the front seat. So it's 2 hours to get the front seat out to take the battery. And then he says it's a special one or something. One of these, I don't know whether they call it a gel one or something like that. But you must never, ever put a normal lead acid battery in something that has like a gel one or whatever it was, a standard, because they charge at 17 volts. So he says if you put a normal lead acid battery in it, he says it kills the battery and it kills all the computers. So yeah, so you're looking at 2 hours labour before you even pay for the battery. And the battery, he says, was quite a lot of money. It was quite a lot of money. So anyway, back to Nibbler in a circuitous manner. I've got some of these. I don't know whether the ones I've bought are big enough, but it's useful to have a little collection of them anyway, because they're useful for other hoses and shit. I think I'm going to have to get some bigger ones, but I've got these, if you can see them, and they're the proper clampy type, with the toolation, which is just one of them, really. I've done a couple of little lines on the scoot with these, because the original fasteners were rusting through, and it seems to have done a good job, so we'll see. I need to order the correct dimension for the oil pipe, because they might fit, but I don't know. So apart from that, and dog sitting and working, and I've been doing earlies, and it's been a killer. Today I did manage to get a tiny little lie in before the dog decided everybody needed to wake up. But other than that, we're all good. So that's your catch up. So instead of waffling on anymore, I'm going to go now, and then hopefully in one of the next videos we'll be doing something. You know, whether it's a little ride or something like that, whatever, a commute, I don't care. People seem to quite like the little commute videos. So we'll see. But when I'm working like 6 days a week, I don't get time to do a video, really. Unless the weather's brilliant and I can get in the shed, because I don't like putting the bikes out in the rain. Not that it'll hurt. It's just, it's quite slippery. So I don't tend to do it. So anyway, in just under 10 minutes, nice goal. Goodbye. Thank you for liking, subscribing. Thank you very much to my Patreons, who I'm going to name. So there you go. There's my Patreons. Sure, the list will grow, or it'll reduce. So anyway, thanks very much, guys. See you on the next one. Bye-bye. GoPro stopped recording.